So now we come to the next point, which is principles in writing news. News is something that is a current event and has an impact on people in one way or other. During writing news, it flows from most important to least important like an inverted pyramid. The inverted pyramid is a style of news writing in which the main facts are at the top of the story, followed by less significant facts towards the bottom of the body. This gives the reader the essential fact first. More information on styles of writing will be discussed in the other module of the course. The first one in principle in news writing is lead. The first word or sentence or paragraph of news is called lead of the story that gives pertinent information about the entire story as most of the readers do not have time to read. It should be one or two sentences. By reading the lead itself, the reader should get the answers for the basics, who, what, when, where of the story. Good lead, keep it short, get to the point, focus on the action and hook the reader. Here is an example that gives you a clear understanding of a good lead. Let's have a look. Former External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj died at the AIIMS in New Delhi late on August 6. She was 67. The senior BJP leader suffered a cardiac arrest. She was administered CPR but did not respond. With this lead, could you get the answers for 5 W's and 1 H? And of course, this will be your answer. Who are the individuals? What is the news story about? Where is it happening? When did it happen? Why is it happening? And how did it or how may it unfold? The second principle is headline. In general, people scan the headline before reading the detailed information. So headlines are very crucial in capturing the attention of the reader and at the same time highlighting the matter within the story. The headline should be precise, specific and informative. It needs to be in the present tense with active verbs. The third principle is quotes. Let people speak for themselves is one of the golden rules of journalism. And a quote is the written form of the words which people have spoken. Why use quotes? Quotes from a speaker or interview bring life to the story as they add human interest and authenticity. It adds weight, color and explanation that helps to move the story on. It is not merely telling the reader what has happened, but to illuminate the facts. Here are some guidelines for writing quotes. Balance in quotes is important, covering all aspects of the story. It should not be one-sided. For example, a show which was liked by the majority of the people should also need to cover the minority who hated that particular show. Do not quote facts, but simply state the facts. Use quote in context. The quote should be exactly what the source or the speaker says. Take care when punctuating quotes. Quotes are introduced with a colon or a comma and quotation marks, either double or single. The fourth principle is transition. Before I move on, let us have a look at this example. Sandeep did not have enough money to buy his mom flowers. He was not old enough to get a job. He felt sad on Mother's Day. You might observe a lack of flow in the sentences. It seems to be choppy with gaps that may confuse the readers. There is a need to use the words which smooth out those gaps to make the sentence easy to read. Like this. Sandeep did not have enough money to buy his mom flowers because he was not old enough to get a job. Nevertheless, he felt sad on Mother's Day. So what I mean to say that the words and phrases which provide a connection between ideas, sentences and paragraphs are called transition. The primary purpose of using transition is to add information, to explain and to help the story flow. Use transitional words like after all, besides, however, furthermore, etc. to help with the flow. The fifth principle is ending. It is crucial to hook the attention of the readers or viewers not only in the beginning but till the ending by saying something important at the end also. A good ending gives completeness to the story, mainly if the end refers to the information in the lead. The following example of a newspaper article gives you a clear picture of component of news writing. As you can see at the top of the article, a bold sentence, UK vaccine prompts protective immune response in early test, is a headline. The first paragraph of the story includes 5W and 1H is called lead, and in the middle of the article a quote is given. So now we come to the next point, which is news elements. One of the things that pop up into mind of any content creator is just how to get an audience to read your story. All the hours of writing, editing and proofing can come to nothing if no one reads your text. A great way to test whether your copy is likely to get attention is to see how it measures up against the following 8 elements of news. The first element of news is accuracy. Accuracy means the reliability of the information in procuring and publicizing the information. It is essential to give the names of the people and places in the news correctly. While emphasizing fact and figures, correct numbers are the baseline for the reliability of the news. While mentioning the days, dates and times of the event or incidents in the news, accuracy plays an important role. The second element is balance. Maintaining balance in the news is as important as accuracy. News should always cover a positive and negative aspects of the story. For example, when reporting an issue like special status versus package, it is very important to cover the advantage and limitation of both special status and package. At the same time, we should consider the ideas of both ruling and opposition parties. The third element is interesting. Sustaining the interest of the audience throughout the news bulletin without missing the accuracy and fact is quite a difficult task to be managed while writing and presenting news. So to evoke the right kind of response from the audience, news should always be interesting. The fourth element is factual. News should be based on an actual incident or situation that has been appeased rather than fabricated to grab the attention of the audience. In today's competitive world, there are a handful of TV channels and several newspapers are available. It will provide the opportunities for the viewers or readers to cross-check the facts. Hence, to maintain the reputation of the channel or paper, it is very imperative to present factual rather than factious information. The fifth element is objectivity. Objectivity refers to practicing the basic principles of impartiality, fairness and truthfulness in handling and dissemination of news. The primary role of a news reporter is transferring the information to people. While doing this, he or she should not involve their emotions, opinion, judgment, biasness and prejudice that may interrupt the ultimate purpose of dissemination of news. The sixth element is clarity. Clarity means making the content easy to understand. News should be precise, crisp and fast. use simple language and simple sentences. The content should be well paced, unified, and written so clearly that the meaning of the story is aligned for all without misinterpretation. The seventh is conciseness. Conciseness means brevity and completeness. In writing news, it should be brief and to the point. Brevity means providing important information economically without repetition. For instance, the letter was written by someone who had not signed his or her name. Instead of this sentence, the letter was anonymous is better. The eighth one is comprehensiveness. Comprehensiveness refers to providing in-depth information by covering all aspects by all regards. News is considered comprehensive if it answers every possible question that may arise in the minds of the readers or viewers.